goofing at the table. You just don't know. What don't I know? How good this ham and eggs is. If you had any idea whatsoever how good this is, then you would stop writing poetry and dig in. It's been so long since I've been hungry, it's like a miracle. Ah, boy, but them bacon and them egg. Mr. Beggar and Mrs. Davy, loony and croony. I made a poem out of it. Haven't smoked loony and croony in a long time. Them eggs and them there bacons, baby. If you only lay that down on a trumpet. Lay that down solid, brother. About all them bacon and eggs. You gotta be able to lay it down solid. All that loony and froony, frakins, akins, and begs. Lay it, all that be bobby, be buddy. I didn't took, I could think so, be pop, be boppy. Loony and Junie. That's the way they get kind of hysterical. Loony and Boony, Juner and Mooner, Moon, Spoon, and June. Don't they call them catmen that lay it down with the trumpet? I call them cat things. That's really cute, ain't it? William Carlos Williams. I'd rather be thin than famous. I don't want to be fat. And a woman throws me out of bed calling me Gordo. And every time I bend to pick up my suspenders from the Davenport floor, I explode loud, huge grunto and disgust everyone in the familio. I'd rather be thin than famous, but I'm fat. Paste that in your Broadway show. I keep falling in love with my mother. I don't want to hurt her. Of all people to hurt. Every time I see her, she's grown older. But her uniform always amazes me for its Dutch simplicity and the doll she is. The doll-like way she stands, bow-legged in my dreams, waiting to serve me. And I am only an Apache, smoking hashi in old Kabashi by the lamp. The wheel of the quivering meat conception turns in the void, expelling human beings, pigs, turtles, frogs, insects, nits, mice, lice, lizards, rats, roan racing horses, poxy, bucolic pig ticks, horrible, unnameable lice of vultures, murderous attacking dog armies of Africa, rhinos roaming in the jungle, vast boars, and huge gigantic bull elephants, rams, eagles, condors, pomes and porcupines and pills. All the endless conception of living beings, gnashing everywhere in consciousness, throughout the 10 directions of space, occupying all the quarters in and out, from super microscopic no-bug to huge galaxy light-year bowel illuminating the sky of one mind. Poor. I wish I was free of that slaving meat wheel and safe in heaven dead. Old Man Mose, early American jazz pianist, had a grandson called Deadbelly. Old Man Mose walloped the rollicking Keyport Wahoo Wild Hosts piano with monkeys in his hair, drooling spaghetti, beer, and beans, with a cigar mashed in his countenance of gleaming happiness, the furtive madman of old sane times. Deadbelly don't hide it. Lead killed Leadbelly. Deadbelly admit. Deadbelly modern cat. Cool. Deadbelly man. Craziest. Old Man Mose is dead, but Deadbelly get ahead. Praised be man. He is existing in milk and living in lilies, and his violin music takes place in milk and creamy emptiness. Praised be the unfolded inside petal flesh of tenderest thought. Petrels on the follying wave valleys idly sing themselves asleep. Praised be delusion, the ripple. Praised be the holy ocean of eternity. Praised be I, writing, dead already and dead again. Dipped in ancid inkle the flammed of Tim the Anglo-Oglo-Saxon maneuvers of old poetos. Praised be wood, it is milk. Praised be honey at the source. Praised be the embrace of soft sleep, the valor of angels in valleys of hell on earth below. Praised be the non-ending. Praised be the lights of earthman. Praised be the watchers. Praised be my fellow man for dwelling in milk. And you know, in the ocean, there's a very sad turtle. Even though the SS mainline fishing ship is reeling in the Merit like mad, swims long-mouthed and sad, looking for the impossible except once afternoon when the yoke, oh, the old booty yoke, set a-floatin', is in the water where the turtle raises his be-watery snop to the sea, and the yoke yokes the turtle of eternity. Tell me, O bhikkhus, what are the chances of such a happening? For the turtle is old, and the yoke free, and the 7 oceans bigger than any we see in this tiny party. Chances are slender. In a million, billion kotis of eons and incalculables, yes, the turtle will set that yoke free. But till then, harder yet are the chances for a man to be reborn a man in this karma earth. Charlie Parker looked like Buddha. Charlie Parker, who recently died laughing at a juggler on TV after weeks of strain and sickness, was called a perfect musician, and his expression on his face was as calm, beautiful, and profound as the image of the Buddha represented in the East. The lidded eyes, the expression that says, all is well. This was what Charlie Parker said when he played, all is well. You had the feeling of early in the morning, like a hermit's joy, or like the perfect cry of some wild gang at a jam session, wail, whop. Charlie burst his lungs to reach the speed of what the speedsters wanted, and what they wanted was his eternal slowdown. A great musician and a great creator of forms that ultimately find expression in mores and what have you. Musically as important as Beethoven, yet not regarded as such at all. A genteel conductor of string orchestras, in front of which he stood, proud and calm, like a leader of music in the great historic world night, and wailed his little saxophone, the alto, with piercing clear lament, in perfect tune and shining harmony, toot, as listeners reacted without showing it, and began talking, and soon the whole joint is rocking and talking, and everybody talking, and Charlie Parker whistling them on to the brink of eternity with his Irish St. Patrick batoodle stick. And like the holy miss, we blop and we plop in the waters of slaughter and white meat and die one after one in time. And how sweet a story it is when you hear Charlie Parker tell it, either on records or at sessions, or at official bits and clubs, shots in the arm for the wallet. Gleefully he whistled the perfect horn. Anyhow, it made no difference. Charlie Parker, forgive me. Forgive me for not answering your eyes, for not having made an indication of that which you can devise. Charlie Parker, pray for me. Pray for me and everybody in the nirvanas of your brain where you hide, indulgent and huge. No longer Charlie Parker, with a secret unsayable name that carries with it merit, not to be measured from here to up, down, east or west. Charlie Parker, lay the bane off me and everybody.